for success. We help parents and children acquire skills, tools, and knowledge to enable them live creative, value-driven, and successful lives. A year ago, I would not stand before you and speak like this, and speak about something that makes me very, very excited. I met Frida last year in July, and out of coincidence, I had reached a point where, okay, how many people were told by their parents, read hard and get a good job? I'm one of them. And I read hard, really hard, and I have a good job. You know those good jobs that have big titles and they pay you 6 figures? But last year in July, I reached a point and I asked myself, is this it? Is this it? A good job, a good title, a good paycheck? And I wrote to my employer and I said, I need time off. Give me about 3 months so that I can leave and then I will come back, having decided what it is I wanted to do. Now, in the process, I found some place in the UK and I said, this is it. But just before I finished with my search on the internet, I happened to land on PassionProfit. And I called up Frida and she said, yes, come. And we sat down. And as she was prodding me, she kept asking, what is this thing that excites you? What is this thing you like doing? And I went like, I'm not business oriented. Really? My parents taught me to read hard, and that's what I've done all this time. And to be honest, I'm a very big employee. And as we talked, she kept on trying to get it out of me. And she asked me, what is this thing that really excites you? Apart from your work, what else is there that gets you really excited? And I remembered children who come to my house every Saturday to play from 10 o'clock to about 1 o'clock when you're out, and then you come back and pick them at 1 o'clock. And that was my excitement. Just having those children in my house, speaking, playing, and saying whatever it was that they wanted to say. Would have cookies and milk. But then after some time I asked myself, is this it? I asked myself that question a lot. So as I talked to Frida, she helped me to understand that out of this passion and this excitement for these children could be a way of making money. Oh, I felt guilty. How can I make money? These are my friends' children. How can I make money from them? And she prodded me on and I said, okay, I can go to her class and find out. So I put on hold my trip to the UK and I enrolled for the class. And she told me the cost and I said, wow, will I be able to afford this? But since I was going to the UK, I said, it's okay, I probably can. So I enrolled for the classes. And the first class was discovering what it is, your passion. And I think I actually missed the first class. And she made time for me to sit down with her and just go through that. And it became very clear to me that this is what I wanted to do. So we went through the classes, and the classes are very interesting. For me, who had no background in business, I mean, it's just not about you offering a service or selling a good and getting money. There's a lot to it. And I remember one class that was a challenge for me was naming your company. I mean, when somebody says give a company a name, you're always thinking of yourself. So in my mind, it was going to be Emily something. Okay? And for me, it was a tough class because it took me time to actually come up with a name. But when it finally hit, I knew this was Johari. Anybody knows what Johari means? Precious, a jewel. And that jewel is those children who come to me. So we went through the class, and some of the things I have been able to pick from the class are that when you go into business, or when you're trying to make up your mind about business, there are 24 hours in a day. And it's up to you to choose what you do with them. Because I kept telling her, sorry, I can't do business because I work. I'm employed. But a day has 24 hours. How many of those hours do you give to your employer? Balance, you sleep. It's also an option. The other thing I learned from PassionProfit is compliance. Compliance, compliance, compliance. We like to take shortcuts. We don't register our businesses. Why? So that they don't catch us, isn't it? But I have learned it is right to register your business. It is right to pay taxes. It is right to pay rates. And it's right to pay for licenses. Why? Because you avoid all the trouble that will catch up with you 5 years down the line. Another thing I learned from Frida was systems. No business can operate without a system. Just as you have your digestive system, your respiratory system, a business requires systems. And I was able to package my excitement for children into a business. I was able to come up with financial systems for my business. I have been able to come up even with procurement systems for my business. I don't just buy a laptop from anybody who is selling, but I'm able to compare, do an analysis, and finally award to the company that I think is best. All because of going through the process. Now, I know my colleague had mentioned that he jumped and then he learned how to swim. I was a bit hesitant, so I decided let me learn how to swim before I jump. And like he said, you cannot do two things at the same time. And my main worry at that point was transition. And a word I peddled with Frida for a long time. How do I leave my lovely job and begin somewhere I have never done, something I have never experienced before? So for a whole year, this is now June, I'm still employed, but I have reached a point where I am at peace with myself. I have given my employer the best of my years. And even as I go back to my employer and I say, thank you very much for the opportunity, for the time, for the money, I know deep down inside that it is time. So even as I stand here, it is time. So I'm running into Johari Center now. I can talk to you about it later, but this has been my experience with Frida.